Hey there team, and welcome to a 3v4 Siege of Moria here. I'm playing as the Hobbits. Now this battle should be one of the ones I've scheduled to go up while I'm away, and it'll probably be one of the later ones I put up. As far as I'm aware, this battle was sent to Umbar, so I'm going to be doing this in much more of a what was I thinking style. So if he's not put up that video by then, sorry, you might miss out on a bit, but if he has, then yeah, that's why I'm focusing on me. I've got my hobbitry and arms out front, 3 of them, and then my bandits behind them, some Ents over there, the farmers of Buckland, battling Brandybucks there, Turkish hunters behind them, Bandbrass archers of course too, Dunedain rangers, and the long bottom mob. And then I have 2 Proudfoot protectors somewhere. There they are. Yep, both of them together there. Cool. Theme for this, I suppose, for me anyway, was kind of like Hobbit treasure hunters coming on in to try and steal stuff from the dwarves. But I suppose Mirkwood, led by Thranduil himself, may have a different aim. There's a very loud motorbike outside, which is no doubt gonna. Yeah, jeepers, that sounds like thunder. Is that thunder? I think that is thunder, actually. Jeepers, we were getting some bad weather earlier, but I didn't think we'd have thunder. Anyway, sorry, distracted. The Eldar Council here. Then Hiri Oth, Huntsman of Amon Lank, Hiri Lang, Hiri Oth, Elven King Palace Guard, Hiri Ek, and Hiri Lang, Hiri Oth. So very elite force from Thranduil today. There's no doubt some Woodland Realm Axemen dotted around, maybe a Woodland Realm patrol here and there too. But Thranduil unfortunately readied up a bit too early. And we were really worried that we'd have to reset, but, oh, Warden's Famine, like, good to see. But he does have a route through here to come around. So, as you can see, it was the original aim that Thranduil was going to be coming to back me up, but we decided, nope, he can't come around to do that anymore, but he can walk around this way. So he's going to be fighting alongside Monkeytron here, playing as Rhun. So he's got his Variac mercenaries, triple Gamp Rim, triple Flag Rim, sorry, Eastron Warriors, Scion Rim, Crossbows, Dragon's Breath Cannon, and yeah, the Eastron Warriors there. Once again, not a very large army, but there's probably some hidden units, maybe a hidden crossbow? Nope, not seeing anything fancy, but we'll have a look later. Then Imladris is the last of the attackers, so as I say, it's opportunistic hobbits trying to jump onto some elven attack. There's, I think, 2 dwarven defenders along with somebody else, but we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. M1 Breakout is the last of the attackers here. He's got his Swords of Rivendell with that armor upgrade, looking very swish there. The Imladris Guardians, alongside them, some Imladris Sentries, Elder Emwy Archers. Godhalim with the armor upgrade, which I think is good. I love Imladris as a faction, but a lot of the unupgraded units, just, I don't know. I'm not, like, too big a fan of the aesthetic. Archers of Rivendell there, and the Imladris Guardians, as I say. Gwaithir Meridain, of course, armor upgrade for them, absolutely gorgeous. And when we've got dwarves on the defense, probably the cream of the crop for dwarf slaying. So, I probably am actually going to need to speed it on. Oh, whoops, I fell down the crevasse. There we go, good. Yeah, so aim here, as I say, we're going to be waiting for Thranduil for a while to come on around and back up Rhun. So I've got a very skirmish focused army, a lot of stuff to throw at them, both arrows and stones and bandit javelins and things like that. So I'm more than happy to skirmish for a while, and even if it is going to take a while, and Imladris will just come up behind me and we'll move up together when the time comes. And yeah, done a fair bit of Moria recently, but as I say, this should hopefully be alright because it's coming out during the scheduled time. The scheduled videos are not going to be as organised. They're not going to be, I'm not going to be trying my best to avoid like doing a battle right after. I think I've got like 3 Merlond battles that are going to be going up one after the other, so sorry about that, but it's just the way it's got to be. Hobbits, especially up against dwarves, hobbits are pretty damn good. Hobbits in a siege is definitely a bit frightening, because you really do rely on they've got their morale kind of bad. So coming in for this really sort of aggressive siege attack is perhaps not the best. That's why I want to take it slower and and go for more of a skirmish focus. But that's how I like to do sieges anyway, so it works for me. Pretty long start, but that was mainly our fault because we spent so much time messing about trying to work out the best thing to do with Thranduil. So that's why it's not the defenders taking forever, it's us really. But it does cut down the, you look at 36,000 frames and you think, oh dear, that's going to take forever. But no. So we'll look over what we have arrayed against us. Firstly, the dwarves of Erebor led by the Mark of the Knight. Nothing right in front of the gate though, but behind him he's got Umbar. So some evil men, but we've got some evil men ourselves. So it's some dark Numenorians have come on over to assist the dwarves in their time of need against the elves, with some Belagar pikes there. Across the bridge of Khazad-Dum, some Belagar archers. Then some Balakith marksmen and more Balakith marksmen. A catapult right there. This is an Umbar crew catapult, but it seems that they have employed the men of Harad to do that. The Castamir's rangers back there. Very bloody to my lightly armoured men, so need to avoid that. And the Harbingers of Castamir in the back. That is where the general is. Yes, there he is. Cool. Then up here, is there anything? There doesn't look like it. Oh, nope, sorry. There's quite a lot, actually. The Corsair crossbows. More Corsair crossbows. Shield bearers. Corsair infantry with an armor upgrade, which I think is sound, especially when they're up against, the lower quality units like myself. They can really sort of go toe-to-toe with them. Alcarondas Legion, a Royal Guard there, and then halberd, crossbow. And that's that. Sorry, Sentinels, and then 2 more Alcarondas Legion. And that is what we've got there. So not too much, really. A lot of quality. It's generally the entirety of Umbar with a little bit of Erebor support. Whereas over on this end, we have the entirety of Erebor. So we've got Umad Kulmander here. So he's got his 3 3rd Legion infantry. The 3rd unit of the 3rd Legion infantry, you could say. Then we've got the Orc Hunters there. 2 2nd Legion. Orc Hunters again. And a big old blob of dwarves. Ironfoot Pikes getting ready to storm on out. The Erebor Legionnaires. Obsidian Guard. Highborns. This Chariot Force there. Blacklock Engineers already opening fire. And, yeah, just a big mess of warriors of Khazad-Dum. Now, what is a bit of a nuisance here, we'll go into normal speed and we will start the battle officially at 10,000 frames. Cool. What is a bit of a nuisance here? Because things were taking a little while, it seems Muggitron maybe went off to make himself a cup of tea. It's dangerous to do this, especially on Moria. Moria right now, people love to come out, they love to do these sallies. So you can't just sort of sit by, and that's exactly what's happening here. And unfortunately, this Dragon's Breath cannon is not firing at will. So that could have torn right through there. We've got the Shadow Guard popping up, but right now, these chariots are going to be rolling through people. And the Hammer Guard there as well to provide some great charging. Not really anything on the field right now that could deal with that. The crossbows, again, they're not opening fire. They're not on fire at will. So yeah, the dwarves are just having their way with these eastern men right now, and Thranduil is quite a distance away. So we'll go back to me, because as I say, I'm at this point I'm not really able to pay too much attention to that. Even if I was, there's nothing I can do. He's over on the eastern side of the mountains, not the Grey Mountains. Sorry, he's over on the eastern side of the blooming Misty Mountains. I can't get over there. I do like when I do play Khazad-Dum or Moria. It's kind of fun for me to imagine that, like, yeah, there is a lot more kind of open space that we're ignoring. Like, we are actually fighting across the whole space of Moria, and that's why you can't march around it. It's not that there's just a blockage in place. Well, the blockage is the Misty Mountains. So yeah, it's kind of just helps my lore and all that. So it's kind of fun for me to imagine it that way. But as I say, the halberds here, because they've got so much of a focus on the other side, they're really light on the ground here. I know there's a lot of the Alcarondas Legion and so on. They'll just take time to get through. And to be honest, they'll kill a lot of my men. But as I say, for now, has Muggitron come back? Looks like he's... Yeah, it looks like he's come back now. As his men are kind of shuffling around. But that bombard... Well, sorry, not the bombard. The Dragon's Breath cannon has already been destroyed. Let's have a look at kind of the chaotic situation here. There are front lines developing. And as bad as this does look, Monkeytron's killing guys here. So, yeah, you know, the AP from the Gamp Rim, the AP from the Flag Rim, they're going to be dropping guys here. And they are going to probably, you know, be defeating this force, but how much are they losing for that? That's 10 for 7 right now, so it's not been amazing. You know, at this early stage in the battle, you'd kind of want to be higher than that as a defender. But, you know, all in all, it's a fair strategy, I think. These Shadow Guard just being absolutely surrounded and overwhelmed. It's a very unusual scenario to be the attacker and be outnumbered like this. Dragon's Wrath Guildmen having to come forward now. Hopefully they've managed to throw some of their weaponry, but I don't know. Eastron Warriors just outclassed there. But, you know, they've got a bit of skill because they're 2 one-handed weapons, but they're just not able to deal with these heavily armored Khazad-Dum warriors. You know, these are not Erebor men. These are the warriors of Khazad-Dum. They're sort of a step above that. And a lot of fire coming in. Blacklocks? No Orc Hunters. Blacklocks are holding their fire right now. But yeah, it's a bit just chaotic, and these dwarves are able to sort of get all around the enemy and shut them down. But as I say, certainly not the end of the world. You know, we've killed a lot of them, and Thranduil is still active and coming around. So we're going to be having something over there. So I burst it open, and as I say, it's just what I like to do. I move the ram out of the way. I feel a lot better when, especially when I'm going to be shooting stuff and I'm going to be firing stuff and just, you know, yeeting stones and stuff. I don't want to be having anything extra in that pathway. So, you know, why not move out of the way, get another unit of Hobbitry and Arms to come in first. Plan is right now, this was early November that we did this battle, so I think I remember generally everything, but just coming forward with my Hobbitry and Arms and just try to get a nice defensive line going. If they do decide to throw a flaming rock at me from the catapult or some arrows at me, I don't care. Like, that's fine. They can do that all day. So not going to be too bad. I've got a lot of soldiers, and they're coming at me with the Belegar archers, but yeah, you know, I've got a little shield value there, really little armor though, so I am going to be dropping to this Belegar fire. But you know, I'd much rather I lose the Hobbitry and Arms rather than, you know, my buddy Imladris coming in with his elves. Don't want these Swords of Rivendell to take that damage. So if I can just use a bit of ammo before M1 Breakout gets there, that is all well and good. Over here, they have chased off the forces of Rhun, and what are they kind of doing? Oh yeah, so when he did start to rout, it turned very bloody. When the front line was holding, it was doing pretty good, but it's just the fact that he wasn't really able to use up any of his ammunition. That was what caused the bloodbath to be the way it was. And he is just mopping through what's left now. Well, yeah, there's nothing else over here. So they decided to sort of give chase for a little minute, but then they've stopped. While Rhun has been able to escape with a few Scion Rim, there's Huntsmen have come running on forward. Huntsmen are not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with those Hammer Guard, but they can definitely do something. Poor mercenaries there, Variag mercenaries. Gotten shot to pieces or charged down. But Monkeytron still does have a semblance of an army here. Definitely something that he can use to reinforce. Oh gosh, where's the rest of your unit, boys? There's 39 of you, but there's only 3 up here. Oh well. Yeah, a lot of these men running, but some still remaining. And those Dragon's Breath crossbows have still got all the units worth of ammunition. So that's something to keep in mind. Oops, daisies. Down, there we go, good. It's a lot of ammunition. He's decided to hold fire. Yeah, that's smart from Y2K. But just get my Tookish Hunters moving on in there. Tookish Hunters, nice thing about them is they do have a lower profile. They may not have a shield, they may not have armor, but the fact that they are shorter than everybody else means that a lot of arrows go over their heads. So they're quite a good skirmishing archer. You know, they don't really match the profile of a skirmishing archer, but they're good at it. You know, usually when I think skirmishing archer, I think heavy armor. I think the Western Kingdom men, heavy armor and even a shield on their back. But no, the hobbits do all the same work just because they're a little bit small. And I think the Hobbitry and Arms get that too, of course. But so that'll help them keep alive a little bit longer as well. And chuffed to bits that I was able to actually use the spread formation inside of Moria. It's quite difficult to do that sometimes. The Belegar pikemen mixed in with the Alcarondas Legion. Usually what you get is a very good quality pikeman mixed in with a very low quality men-at-arms or spearman. This time round it's a very opposite. It's quite a low quality pike mixed in with the real best of the best when it comes to men-at-arms, the Alcarondas Legion. But it will hold just the same, I'm sure. And a little bit of pitter-patter arrow fire from my Tookish hunters. As I say, I'm just kind of wanting to... Oops, sorry about that. Jeepers, that won't sound nice on the mic. I'm trying to kill off some of these Belagar pikes. A few of the overhead shots, a lot of them are missing, of course, but these overhead shots are going to kind of be getting by the shields of the Alcarondas Legion. But all in all, I don't want to be doing that sort of firing. So, coming forward into the enemy Belagar archers. These guys are actually out of ammunition. I didn't really realize they were shooting at me, but oh well. That's a lot more meat for the front line, which will hold quite nicely. Mixing up with the more capable men-at-arms will be quite useful. So I'm firing off some shots toward the Belagar archers. As I say, this is just kind of tempt him into shooting at me more than anything else, or if not, it's just to kill a few of them off. You know, as an attacker, I always think the defenders rely a lot more on their ranged units than the attackers do. So, if I can just, you know, use up my ammunition to get a few kills on the enemy archers, lower their DPS a bit, and then also when they run out of ammunition, there'll be less men kind of standing in my way. But because we're being so passive over here, because we're just skirmishing with them, the defenders on the other side actually decide to go on the attack. They get their chariots here, but they've still got two of them. So they're very fearsome looking, aren't they, actually? They take a large amount of space up on the battlefield, which just is a bit intimidating. Has the rest of your unit managed to catch up? No, it hasn't. Where the hell are they? There they are. Weird that it took them so long to get there. You know, that's been a few minutes behind, but all in all, a lot of these elves are warmed up now, and it takes a lot to warm up an elf. But, that's the last. The Elder Council bringing up the rear. Their javelin fire will be very useful up against these heavily armored dwarves. But little by little, we're kind of like to think we're evening the score. The dwarves are forming up though, and as I said before, the Hammer Guard are just so much better than the Huntsmen. The Huntsmen really lacking the anti-armor potential there to do damage to the Hammer Guard. So this is going to be a bit of a bloodbath. Especially when those poor 3 guys just got devoured. A good charge there, outnumbering them as they do. They'll do some damage here. But these are 2 hit point units at the end of the day. So I would probably not take this fight. I would, I guess if you don't take that fight, you're kind of risking some charging onto your units. But still, I wouldn't have taken that. You've not killed any. And yeah, just getting out of there. So, no, I would have fallen back and just tried to use my Huntsman for a charge later on if the opportunity presented itself. Of course, once we get inside Moria, that's not going to be too useful. But still, since I am fighting over here, I'm not really able to focus my attention too much on the other way. But M1 Breakout comes forward with his Archers of Rivendell. Definitely much better shots than my poor Tookish Hunters. But I'm leading the way a little bit, I'd like to say. And just engaging those Corsair infantry. Giving them an armor upgrade, of course, up against my AP Hobbitry and arms is, you know, it's not as effective as it normally would be, but I was still really surprised at how good that fight was going for my Hobbitry and arms. And as I say, I'm getting a very efficient kill-to-death ratio over here, but it's slow. It's taking time to grind through them in this manner. And they're firing off archers toward my Tookish Hunters, toward my bandits, actually, as well. But as well as that, the enemy archers of Rivendell are, I suspect, what's attracting that fire so much. So now we're actually getting something quite interesting, as the attackers, well, the Wood Elves, are forming up a front line, backed up by a few men of Rhun, and the defenders are forming up a front line outside as well. So all in all, it's a very unusual defense of Moria. But a little bit of fire from where they are. There they are. The crossbows, yeah, you just want to use them because those Dragon's Wrath crossbows are really quite tricky to get them to fire. And when you've only got 20 of them, you'll take a bit longer to get through their ammunition. So if you've got a shot that presents itself, just take it. A good takedown off those chariots by the Gap Rim and the Scion Rim. The Huntsman on hand to help out if they needed to. But yeah, Monkeytron needs to get back. Damn, nope, he's not going to be able to outrun that force, I don't think. Especially not with them on shield wall and them in phalanx formation. Damn, that's a shame. It just looks like the front line was set up in the wrong area, and these two quite important units are going to get caught. Huntsman taking fire there from some source. Some dwarven archer unit is just tearing holes through them. But responding with elven fire as the Greenwood Rangers open up onto this blob. Certainly not a bad target. And the Wardens of Amon Lank there, with their armor-piercing arrows, are going to be doing quite a lot. So before this clash, we're at 15% of the enemy dead. And although this is quite a fearsome charge, they're going to be losing a lot of guys here. The Herioth are not going to go down easy, even without an anti-armor bonus. They're going to cut through these guys. The Hammer Guard coming up for a charge, though. Not a great charge. Not bad, but definitely not great. They're going to suffer a lot of damage from that. I don't think they'll take any losses, though. But still, that might be some more hit point damage. One of them even went down. So the elite Obsidian Guard, though, definitely have what it takes to deal with the Herioth. And we'll jump back over to my side, but as I say, I think we're just skirmishing. I would normally do quite a nice pan over, but we just don't have the time for that right now. It looks like their Belagar Pikes came forward, and the Alcarondas Legion. Now, this is what I thought was a bit crazy. My Hobbit Train arms are beating the Alcarondas Legion. And I just thought, like, what? I'm very proud of my boys, but what is this? But no, I guess it's just the hill advantage and such that's helping me out there. And just, as I say, the armor piercing. Now backed up by these very skilled militia of Imladris. But militia of Imladris is the elite of most other armies. So mixing that up, the brute armor-piercing power of the hobbits, along with the elven skill, we're going to be able to do some good damage. But once, as I say, this is slow. We're killing them, we're doing it efficiently, but it's slow. And over there, back on this front line, we're losing all the way along the front line. We're killing dwarves, but those Ironfoot spears, I've noticed a lot recently, the Ironfoot spears are damn good. Those crossbows need to keep firing. But the Gap Rim are not going to be able to hold the line for very long. And now with the Mithril Guard coming forward, the Wardens of Amon Lank taking a lot of fire there. They need to get there. Okay, they've used up their ammunition. They need to get thrown right into here to come smashing down over those Mithril Guard. Back here, it looks like something. Oh, the Hammer Guard have slipped. Oh, yeah, the Hammer Guard slipped all the way around, as did the bloody Blacklock Engineers. Now, the Hammer Guard are going to lock the Huntsman in place for a little bit longer. As deadly as it would be, I'd probably just grab a unit from this front line and pull them off and deal with it and try to fight the Blacklocks. But saying that, there's some Orc Hunters. Since we're being so passive on the other side, the defenders are just able to overwhelm these guys over here with just their numbers. And we really need to be pushing. And M1 is constantly saying to me, push, push, push. And I just, you know, I didn't realize how bad it was going over there. That was the thing. I knew we needed to get stuck in, but I just didn't want to really abuse the poor morale. Ah, goddamn. Speaking of that, they held the line. They suffered about 50 casualties and they held. Well done, Hobbits. You know, who says they got low morale shot? Oh, I think I saw somebody routing there. Yeah, okay, that was one unit Hobbit train I was running off, but yeah, still. I knew that my morale wasn't going to hold much to like a solid push, so I was wanting to take this slower and just, I don't know, I guess part of me thought even if they do get destroyed over there, if we rush in blindly, we're just going to end up we're going to use too much of our manpower, and we're not going to be able to do it. But, as I say, Turkish Hunters coming forward, a bit more mass for the front line, but I really should have sent something a bit more brutal forward. Saying that as a Hobbit, though, there's not a lot of brutal equipment that you really have. So, zooming back on over the hills to the Mirkwood forces. Eldar Council trying to get their javelins off as best they can, but it's the front line has shattered now. And yeah, there's just little patches of blue here and there that have just been minced through. a few of these eastern men, the camels chosen, holding the line, but the defensive value of those shield guards might just be too much for those camels chosen to get through as they're getting taken down to the last man. That's the general being stomped down upon just there. And yeah, he's not going to last too much longer. There he goes. But what have we got over on this front side? The Dragon's Wrath crossbows, with their big old swords, they're quite nice in a fight, but they're not quite capable of dealing with the Mithril Guard. That is definitely beyond their capabilities. And they'll hurt them a bit, though. And hopefully, down from 50, 16 more. I'd hope to kill maybe another 3. And a bit of hit point damage across the line. We'll see, we'll see. Maybe that's me being a bit too hopeful, though. At least they've gotten off a fair bit of their ammunition. Maybe even all of it. But that is that, pretty much. Like, it's just chasing them down at this point. There's no more real front lines to hold. The Elder Council, also the Wardens of Amon-Lank will kill a few more of these guys. But they will be going down. Woodland Realm Axemen come back from routing there, about to get sort of stabbed in the back by a charge. Elder Council all the way over here. Yeah, this is a good idea. This is exactly what we want from them. Just make them chase you out. Give us as much time as you can take, you know, from them, really. But, you know, it's not really about kills at that point. It's just about trying to deal as much... Well, get them away from the front line. Get them away from the town centre. Because we need to start pushing in deep now. And I think that I did get the memo finally. Yep, okay, I did finally get the memo that we needed to push. I think I apologized to M1 Breakout. I said, yep, sorry, dude. Yeah, I get what you're talking about now. And I went for a full-on rush at this point. Got my Ents yeeting around a lot of those Swords of Rivendell. Sorry about that, elves. But it won't be doing any damage to them. Just sort of knocking them around and they'll get back up. Corsair Infantry, though, are not able to deal with that. I was lucky. Not so lucky there. 2 of my Ents fall into catapult fire. But still smashing through this front line. And causing them to do a bit of friendly fire in order to kill those Ents. I just tried to force myself deep into that formation. As I say, if they are going to... We're seeing stones coming flying on over. That's quite cool. Is this sand to use? Yeah, let's go for something like that. That's kind of nice. Yeah, a few hobbits seen there. Good. So yeah, I was trying to just launch myself in there. So if they did want to target my Ents, they've got to, you know, deal this massive buff, like, blast of friendly fire. You know, it definitely wouldn't make up for it, but at least then every Ent that goes down is going to be dropping about 5 or 6 Alcarondas Legion from the explosion. So yeah, you know, that was what I was trying to play off there. They're now in our Royal Guard firing into my side along with those crossbows. Where are those crossbows are coming into the main line? Ah, damn. Thranduil himself dropped by an Obsidian Guard. Certainly a worthy adversary, I would say. Corsair crossbows. Yeah, it's coming into the Swords of Rivendell, who may not have... Like, the Swords of Rivendell definitely don't have great armor. And it's great that they're coming in from the left side, so their shield is coming into play. But still, it was a nuisance, so I sent off my my Ents to go and deal with that. As that catapult, I hope, is out of ammunition. No, it's not. It's just waiting. No, it's firing now, actually. Goddamn. I was hoping it would be done. Yeah, no, it's coming. Let's see what it's going for. I think it's just the main line shot. Eldarimwe Swordmasters and Eldarimwe Spears coming in now. Yeah, any shot that is hitting them is just an absolute heartbreak. As my Hobbitry in arms, some of them that went routing are coming back into the fight. Spears of Rivendell remaining behind. Kind of cool to see the Spears of Rivendell. Just, you know, I don't know. Like, a lot of people really don't like them. I get why they don't like them. But I personally don't bring them. I'd much rather just get an Imladris Sentries or, you know, something like that. And just, you know, try to see if I can find the money elsewhere. I really should be sending forward this. I should be sending forward everything right now, though. And I'm really letting... You know, M1 Breakout is sort of leading the charge, whereas I really should be with my heavier numbers. So that's on me. I do send forward this Proudfoot Protector unit, and we are coming charging across the bridge of Khazad-Dum in heavy numbers there. Coming clashing into the Shield Bearers, though, who will have a decent chance up against the Eldarimwe Spears and Swordmasters, but they don't really rely on their armor alone, those Eldarimwe Elves. Crossbow fire coming straight into the Balakith Marksman. Or not. Oh, I think I was kind of scared about the Iron Watch. Iron Watch are tricky to use, but at this range, the Iron Watch can be deadly. So I think I just targeted them with my crossbows just because I was like, nope, 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 get them dead, get them dead. They're a really nice model. Oh god, I have no idea where they're going. Yep, they're all just going down the chasm of Khazad-Dum, I'm afraid. But still, Godhilim are approaching now. So I think I kind of saw that they maybe weren't being so useful and just target the Balk of the Archer Marksman because they're kind of useful in a fight afterward. Over here though, Thranduil is doing a pretty decent job, and of course what's left of Monkeytron. He's actually managed to get a few of these crossbowmen away. And up against 9 of these warriors of Khazad-Dum, they might be able to mince that. Perhaps not mince it, that's a bit of a strong word, but they'll do some good work to it. And now Umad Commander has kind of realised that we're going and we're pushing hard, and they're all the way out here in the northwest corner. So they need to run their asses on back, which they are coming, and they're running, but they're little dwarves and they're very tired. And there's still quite a large chunk of them all the way over here, fighting, I suspect, Elder Council. Okay, Elder Council coming forward now, just trying to, even if they can hold something back, then that's beneficial to us. You know, just to hold them in position for any amount of time. Right now we're at 60 for 49. So we are, you know, we're pulling it back. We're pulling it back, boys. Crossbow fire coming into the Alcarondas Legion. They're just trying to push more and more stuff in front of us, but because we've secured this side and we've kind of got this uphill position to fire into, we're ripping them apart with the, you know, the Godhilim. You can see them throwing people around. My Proudfoot Protectors, and but mainly the Archers of Rivendell and the Eldrimway Archers, of course. I'd like to take some credit with my Tookish Hunters there, I hope, but yeah, anything that they do use to try and hold us back is just getting torn to pieces, as the Eldrimway Spears and Swordmasters mince through it. Oh, sorry. Oh god, there's a lot of corpses on that bridge on there. But looking on over here, send forward my Proudfoot Protectors, who are armor-piercing pikes. I thought they were halberds for a while, but no, I think they are actually officially pikes. And but they've got armor-piercing all the same. So pushing alongside the Imladris sentries and the Gwathi Meridain, and of course a few of my battling Brandybucks, we are making short work of these sentinels. My Ents have fallen though, however, you can see. That's a shame. And we're no longer able to hold a lot of these enemies in position, as they've still got some halberds to block us up, and these Corsair crossbows. But they've got a long way to run, and we don't. We're already running into, oh, I don't know what you'd refer to this area as. Yeah, it's definitely not the Great Hall. I kind of refer to the western side as the Great Hall, but yep, area right next to the town centre, all the same. As we come slamming into this shield bearer and halberd position. I've got these units of Proudfoot Protectors that I'm going to try and line up along there and get some side shots on. But I really probably should have done that with some infantry, kind of gotten around the side there. Because the issue is, right now, we're running low on elves. Because I really let M1 Breakout handle the initial charging, he's really running low, boys. And I've got quite a lot of hobbits left. So that's, did he just, I think he just threw around a routing hobbit. Poor little treasure hunter is just like, nope. But all in all, this is going all right. We're smashing through them at a decent pace. Now that I've got my Proudfoots in position, I think we actually might be firing into the crossbows. No, we are going into the front line. Just tearing through their left side. Their shields are not coming into effect. Of course, the halberds are our main target there. But it's very tempting to strike a shot at those crossbows, because those crossbows are what's going to be doing damage to these Eldarinway. I don't know. Maybe that's a tough choice, really. Do we try to disable the amount of damage they're doing to us, or do we try to break the front line so that we can push through? What I should have maybe done with this unit of battling Brandybucks was run them around here to the right and push through there and try to engage those Ironfoot crossbows. That would have probably been a better shout. But all in all, I'm racking up some kills, and we are getting through. We're grinding this down. This is definitely going to be where we break through, though, as we're coming through a lot slower on this end. I say that, we're already here. My battling Brandybucks are leading the way, and those are those are halberds. Okay, they're not suffering as much for it, but whenever you're trying to use a phalanx unit on this sort of slanted ground, it's never going to work out too well, because, as I say, these guys in the back rank, they're trying to stab over into nothing, because your hitbox is so far down low. It's a nuisance. That's why you should always try to use phalanxes on flat ground. And it's why Erebor is so tough to assault and hold with a phalanx unit, because it's all hills. It's all such big slopes. You really want to save your... You either want to use your phalanxes on the initial wall or at the final defensive points. But yeah, the Gwathi Meridain, actually not loving that fight. The armor piercing from the halberds is going to be a nuisance. But we got the Archers of Rivendell. I've got my Proudfoot Protectors backing them up too. Kind of struggling to fire right now though. And the Longbottom Mob. So once again, throwing so much stuff at them. And we're still 10% behind though. But that big chunk of their forces out there is still so far away. Little slow dwarves, let's have a look at them. Yeah, only half. I don't know which force that is, probably Erebor. But they're running, they're exhausted. These are the front of the force. These warriors of Khazad... Actually, sorry, that's a lie. That is a big lie. That mini-map is way off. Oh god, they're way closer than I thought they'd be. Yeah, the mini-map is wrong. The mini-map is very, very wrong. That's the fear. Okay, cool. Well, they're here anyway. I wonder why the mini-map's so bad there. Can we zoom in? No. That's so strange. Oh well. Cool. We'll keep that in mind for the future. But yeah, so they're close. They're a lot closer than we imagined them being. And but we are approaching them now. And with some Dunedain Rangers coming in there, not the best shot for them, but as I say, we just need to gate the ground. So I'm just firing in anything I can right now. Bandits having to jump into the front line there, lacking that AP, but just being a real mess, you know. When their javelins are done, they're kind of just there as a bit of fodder, a bit of chaotic man fodder. But Iron Watch and Miramir, 9 of them left, most of which are actual shooters, so that's good for them. They might get lucky, but they look like they're falling back from this position as it's quite, I don't know, that's still quite a substantial defense, because we're really not being able to attack it with much, but what we are attacking it with is a lot of big hammers. The very fancy hammers of the Gwathi Meridain and the a bit more silly hammers of the Battling Brandybucks. It'd be really cool to just have a Gwathi Meridain fall to the ground and some like big heathing Battling Brandybuck just like grabs it and cracks some dwarves over the heads. That could be a pretty good little story. But all in all, we are making ground now. These Archers of Rivendell took a real beating, but we'd much rather. Ouch! That looks like crossbow fire. Yep. Ironfoot crossbow is really point blank, but we'd much rather the archers take the damage right now. We need the infantry. We need the infantry to do a lot of pushing here. Our archers are there to take a bit of a beating right now. But we're pushing further and further and further up, and we have entered... You could argue that we've entered the town square. These poor spears of Rivendell are actually turned around the wrong way, goddamn. But it's only the Harbingers of Castamere in our way. And Harbingers of Castamere are quite something, but the Elder Emwe Swordmasters are around. Even the Elder Emwe Spears and Archers are going to be unpleasant. And I think, yep, good. So he was trying to get some shots off, and my 2 heroic-ass bandits managed to get through. And then they were joined by a spearman. Definitely the credit of the bandits, though, of course. But yeah, M1 Breakout coming in with his Elder Emwe Archers to just secure. And we've got the town centre. Now, the nearest enemy dwarf that's coming in from this way is this shield guard. So we need to block up that passageway as fast as we can. I know we're getting shot by Corsair crossbows, but my Hobbitry arms are running on in, and that's an almost full unit of Hobbitry arms. So they can hold the line, not too bad, especially up against some dwarf boys. This little catapult crew being a pain in the ass, I just need to run on through them. Just pathfind through them, block up here. I need to hold this area right now in order to actually get the... Because we're not going to get a win. We're not going to be able to kill them all. You know, the balance of power is not in our favour. But we started the countdown, and if we can keep them out of the centre, then that's going to be it for us. Like 3.5 minutes. And of course, they're going to break that when they get this unit of shield guard in there. But yeah, that was them coming in to trigger that. But still, we just need to kill that unit as quick as we can, or get around it, as these Elder Emwe Archers are doing, and just secure that gap. Let's because all the fighting is really happening around this area now, so we'll zoom on in. Good. Hey, well, that was either a Bandabrass Archer or it was a Spear of Rivendell. I'm not too sure who got the kill on the killing blow on the General of Umbar there. Bandabrass Archers Love that they take out these little maces and, you know, it's just another source of AP for the hobbits. And is this guy gonna... Is he straight up gonna dumpster a Harbinger of Castamere? Come on, my dude. Like, don't just let him take the credit for that. Everybody gets stuck in. Because we are getting shot from behind, damn. It's still... Oh, damn, no, I think the guy... No, it's still him. Oh, right, okay, I've turned them around, and I want to actually get them firing, because they've still got ammunition. I threw the Bandit archers into the fight, just because we needed more infantry. Some Swords of Rivendell standing down here, 2 of them, the banner carrier and one lady. But no. We are gaining ground, though. Proudfoot Protectors forming up here. They are going to be sturdy on the front line with their armor-piercing pikes. And we've got it down to 3 minutes. We need to organize this. But if we are able to organize, I'm constantly pointing at things with my cursor, and I forget that you guys can't see it. That's the General of Rivendell dropped. But so I'm the one remaining attacking general at this point. But so hey, more money for me once we raid the halls of Moria. Eldrimway spears up there, dealing with what's left. Proudfoot Protectors. Oh, sorry, the battling Brandybucks are luckily taking that fire for the Imladris Guardians, or taking a bit of it anyway. Yeah, dropping like flies to that crossbow fire, but we'll mince through them once we get there. And that's these 2 crossbow units getting stabbed from either side. A few little dwarves. Oh, the Iron Watch of Mirrormere. Got more chance of getting a friendly fire kill from those guys though right now. The timer's done, unfortunately, because they've just managed to edge a unit past into this centre. But we're at 81 for 75. And Godflame on the front line. Spears of Rivendell providing a bit more rigidity to it, because my little hobbits are not going to really provide much mass. I guess elves are not really known for the mass that they can provide either. That's the Mithril Guard on 41 though. Mithril Guard are definitely capable of sort of dealing with the Godhulm at this point. Bandits though, they've arrived. Get a lot of javelin fire going on in. Oh yeah, and the Bandit archers here get their fire arrows on. Oh damn, got to kill a few more of the bloody Ironfoot crossbows that are up here. But still, Bandit archers can use fire ammunition, so trying to break them would be amazing. Get my Dunedain Rangers spread up over there, and just trying to push them back. Yep, good. Getting just some raking down the line. I know their heavy armor and their shields are going to be coming into play there, but it's something. I think those bandits still had a bit of ammunition, maybe. They only get 2 shots, though, so, but it looks like they were trying to edge their way forward to charge into the fight. Not yet, boys. You need to throw your stuff first. Because we are getting pretty thin on the ground, but as you can see, I've got my little sort of curve of destruction, which is these bandits here trying to throw their payload. Being a small unit, of course, their 2 javelins will account for a lot more. The long bottom mob here just constantly throwing stones, and my Dunedain Rangers on this side. The announcer's really not happy with this, but he can just shut up for a little while anyway, as we continue to just pour ammunition into the approaching dwarves, the exhausted dwarves here, whereas we're just very tired. There's a difference. Farmers of Buckland there, fighting alongside the Proudfoot Protectors. Bandit archers there look like they're organising themselves, and now my Proudfoots here have come on in, and they've got some heavy damage crossbows. Very beautiful crossbows they've got, and just if I can unload damage into them, I can perhaps just kill them all off. I think the idea of pushing them back now is away from us, but we just need to treat this as if we are the defenders now, and just kill them off. They're trying to push on through, but every time they do, I've still got a little bit more I can keep pushing in. The Imladris Guardians have come down from that slope from the Tomb of Balin, and they will... is it Balin? I think it's Balin, hopefully. Good, a bit of fire arrow damage, just hoping to scare them. Hoping to break some of these men. I know they've got a lot of morale buffing boys in amongst here, but if they break, they can either run away, and that's less people on the front line, or they can run into us and we'll just butcher them. They're coming at us with crossbows. Oh, sorry, orc hunters, but they're shooting my longbottom mob. I don't care. You know, that's fine and dandy with me. Turkish hunters here actually still got a bit of ammunition. As I say, I was using my my archers just to try and rush. I did not build this army with pushing in mind. I was meant to be the first guy in the door and just peppering shots while everybody else got into position. No, this was not. These poor hobbits were not meant to be doing this. Getting a good rake down that line though. And I was just chuffed to bits with this little circle of death here. Of course, it would be getting blown the hell open if it wasn't for the Imladris warriors, but, you know, it was alright. It was alright. Now that they've sort of got a bit of a gap there, these Dunedain Rangers are really able to do some killing. And it's coming into the left side, as I say. The shields are a pain in the ass, but it's something. You know, Band of Brass Archers still got a bit of ammo left. Longbottom mob out of ammo there, which is strange to see the Longbottom mob actually run out of ammunition. But it just shows you how many stones I've been throwing. So they take out these little clubs, these armor-piercing clubs, and they come charging on in. Obsidian Guard break through that position, though. It's kind of weird how many more men we have than them. But yeah, the Obsidian Guard come breaking on through and engage our Dunedain Rangers. The skill of the Dunedain Rangers is going to try and keep them safe for a little while. Just against this, just hold their focus for a while while we continue to pour ammunition to their front. And kill them all off, really. Highborns arriving now. I think, are we seeing that happen? Because I was trying to target those Obsidian Guard with my Proudfoots. And those catapults were actually absorbing a lot of that fire. I guess I've tried to do it and I've decided against it now because I was wasting half of my ammunition. And we just needed to kill them off. You know, those Obsidian Guard are cutting through my... Actually, my Dunedain Rangers are loving that fight. What the hell, boys? You've got a Mithril Guard in there too. I don't know. Maybe they had just gained so much experience from all their killing that they're like absolute machines now. Who knows? Turkish Hunters there. Firing right into the front of a Dwarven battle line is not going to be getting many kills, but it's all I can do. It's just all I can... Ah, yeah, it was these guys, because I was firing through the catapults. Like, half of my arrows were just getting absorbed by the catapults. That was a bit of a pain. Longbottom mob, right next to the front line, trying to throw off their little stones, taking a bit of friendly fire, but I don't think anybody minds at this point. We're all just fighting for our lives. Good stuff. That's how you do it, boys. That is how you do it. One Mithril Guard just getting absolutely ram-roasted by 3 Longbottom mob, but they're pulling back now. I'd really love to see him kill that Mithril Guard, but I don't know. He might... They're working together. Even the Dunedain Rangers coming in, give him a little bit of backup. That's nice. Dunedain Rangers now still having victory. They're having a bit of balance, but a bit of victory now and again. And we're at 91 for 90. I know the balance... Don't look at the balance of power. Don't look at the balance of power. Just focus on the, you know, focus on the truth that, you know, we're going to win this. And especially my Proudfoots keep on firing. My Band of Brass Archers keep on firing. I think have I stopped them on fire ammunition at this point? Yeah, I think I stopped fire ammo at this point. I just wanted them to like send shots down range. Just don't worry about fire arrows. No, Longbow mob, get back in here. 65 boys running off the front line. It's not good to see. As these Ironfoot spears break through this Longbottom mob. Hey, dude, he's dead. They did it. Nice. But no, those Ironfoot spears are going to be engaging my Turkish Hunters and stopping them from firing. I hope they've used up a fair bit of their ammo, but I don't know how much. You can just see how well those bloody dwarves just tank that fire, that low damage fire. And now that my front line is pretty much dissolved, I don't know where my Dunedain Rangers have gone. Don't know if there's any of them left. The elves are fleeing from the front line. It is only the glorious and noble... Actually, sorry, okay, no, it's not. It's not just the hobbits, I mean. We've still got quite a lot of the Gwathi Meridain actually standing their ground. Can't take too much credit right now. But yeah, the Band of Brass Archers coming forward, smashing into these guys though. AP little maces, just trying to hold them back so that the Proudfoot Protectors can get off a bit more damage. Archers of Rivendell are here as well, so hopefully they're doing a bit. Oh, good. That's the General of Erebor dropped. But no, Band of Brass Archers having to come charging forward now. And get stuck into this fight. But the Blacklocks are in melee, the Highborns are in melee. We may have AP, but these amazing troops really rely more on rely on more than just their armor. But no, my Band of Brass Archers getting pushed through now, and they're just trying to reach my Proudfoot Protectors. Once they do that, once the Proudfoot stop firing, that's it over. These 65 men stopped right when they came on forward to back up the Turkish Hunters. Their little AP clubs. Battering on down to their, you know, battering on down onto the goddamn Ironfoot spears. But no, Proudfoot's there, and that's about that, really. It's just a case of as soon as they make contact with the Proudfoots, that's me done. Archers of Rivendell prepared to do a little bit more damage, of course, but we did pretty damn good, I think. You know, it was a hell of a lot closer than I imagined it being. I really regret not listening to M1 at the start. I know it would have been, I would have suffered so many casualties, but I should have just charged in. If I pushed as hard as I was pushing in the later stages, if we had done that even 5 minutes earlier, because like, look how long we held them there. Imagine if we had moved that position up just to here, you know, or even just to here, just so that we could have counted that clock down. Like the shortest, the lowest it got down to was like 2 minutes, what, like 50? You know, it would have definitely taken them 2 minutes to push through. The best thing about holding them there was that we got a lot more kills. But kills didn't really, you know, kills don't really matter. You know, it didn't really benefit us at that point. We'll just have a look here. This is my general unit, I think. I don't know where my general is. Well, he's definitely in a Proudfoot Protector unit. But, where? I'm not seeing him. Did he die? I don't think he died. Huh. Oh well. Yeah, oh well, cool. We'll just watch out for him over here. We might end up seeing him die. That's everybody breaking. What do we? Oh, sorry, I hit my table a lot today, but 95% I think is pretty damn good. I really think had Monkeytron not gone AFK at the start, I think we would have had this. Definitely, because he would have just been able to kill a few more boys, and that would have wrecked shop. Oh, he was in a unit. Yeah, no. I put my general in Hobbit Tree in Arms because I'm a bit freaking crazy like that. Yeah, it's just the way it be. I like to use my Proudfoots. Well, the problem is the Proudfoots kind of hold the line very well, and having your general in. So I'll always put my Proudfoots in the most dangerous positions. But the problem with putting your Proudfoot in the most dangerous position when your general's there, yeah. Anyway. So we'll go down the line. 69 for his unit. So he was the pushing man. This one, the 188, must have been the guy that was just tearing through Corsair infantry for days. I was so impressed by that. The Farmers of Buckland, again, they went up against a lot of phalanx front lines. You know, that was a bit crazy for them, but they did good. I really wish they were kind of there to hold the line against those. Well, I think I definitely saw a few of them holding the line against those hobbits and the dwarves in the later stages, though. Battling Brandybucks, not too bad. 70's good. And I guess, to be honest, like 44 I'd accept, and 41 really. When you're fighting up against dwarves and Umbar, like, I think I'm okay with that. Banditos, bandits did their part, you know, threw a few javelins, hurt some people, and then just kind of were more numbers for the front line. Long bottom mob there, great stuff, you know, using up most of their damage. But then this was the unit of Proudfoots that was the last unit remaining. 321 kills. I was absolutely gobsmacked when I saw that. I was chuffed to bits. 144. I thought they were more than that, but all in all, that was up against some very nasty boys in the later stages, like that they were fighting. So that's all right. Kind of weird to sort of be outkilled by a hobbit, but Hobbit Ne'er-do-wells Arms. But you know, as I say, it's just the quality of troops. Band of Brass Archers there coming on in. As I say, I don't regret using fire arrows, but yeah, because they did use up all of their ammunition. So yeah, I really don't regret using fire arrows. Turkish Hunters there. Maybe I went too hard on the Turkish Hunters and I should have gotten something else to like push through, but you're kind of limited with your choices in that. Unless I'm wanting to bring Bjornings, you know, that's basically my army. Yeah, I was pretty much red limit for everything. Dunedain Rangers could have gotten a lot more kills. But as I say, I used like 5 or so volleys to break through on that slope before the town centre. Had I waited, maybe that could have been better. But had I not used it, who knows? Yeah, it's one of those situations. And the Ents, I was chuffed a bit with how I used the Ents, just trying to hold them in position and stop them from really rattling in our front line and breaking our momentum. So that is all right. As I say, M1 Breakout, he really took the initial brunt of the charge for us. I should have been the one to do that. Damn, I had like more men than everybody, but it's just like low quality hobbits. I bring hordes when I play hobbits. Yeah, I should have been the one to do that. So I really am grateful for M1 Breakout leading the way. And I should have been doing it with him from the start. As I say, Thranduil just kind of goofed up with his deployment. He was a very, very new player at this point. As I say, this was back in November, so this was like one of his first few games. So I remember I was playing with him in his first game. It was a Dale Siege that's on, well, I've got it, and also Scout's got it. So he was, yeah, that's, people make mistakes, that's fine. Yeah, as I say, Monkeytron, just unfortunate. It's something we see a lot of right now, of people actually counter-attacking in Moria. So we've got to be aware of it. We've got to be ready for it. And I do that a lot in sieges. Like, I just go make a cup of tea. You know, I finish my deployment and go make a cup of tea. But because you can kind of expect that the enemy's not going to come out at you. But of course, like, he had 2 armies, and he basically had 2 full defending armies, and he was by himself. So, you know, you're not going to win that, even if you did get some lucky shots with your Dragon's Breath cannon. Y2K there, he did a damn good job, because as I say, he was by himself generally. He was backed up a little bit by Mark of the Night, but he was generally by himself. So I was chuffed to bits with how he did, I think. Especially given the really dicey situations of just killing the Alcarondas Legion with Hobbitry and arms. Is like, you know, he was able to recover from that, and good use of the Campbell. Umad Coolmander, yeah, good use. Well, like, good plan to come back when he did. I think he should have been on his way back earlier. I think he definitely, like, maybe got a little bit carried away by chasing down Thranduil and what was left of Rhun. But I think he should have maybe come back a bit earlier. But he, you know, it didn't go wrong. It went okay for him in the end. And the Mark of the Night, good. You know, he was the only one that was really mixed between both sides. And I never really saw him kind of screwing up with that. Like, that's something I've struggled with a lot. You know, just failing in that sort of when I'm having to micromanage 2 parts of the battlefield. So he did a really good job with that. And impressive stuff. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this one. I really liked how it went. And yeah, thank you very much, guys. Hope you liked it too.